everyone, my name is Jeffrey B. Today I'm here with my really good friend Andrew. Andrew, can you tell us a little bit about where we are and who you are and what you've been up to?
So my name is Andrew Brow. I'm the owner of HighBrow Wood-Fire Kitchen and Bar in Northampton. We do creative American food, approachable fine dining, and as you can see in the back, we do wood-fire pizzas.
When did you open up HighBrow?
We opened up October 1st, 2019, right before the pandemic hit.
Tell me a little bit about January and February and what happened in January and February to you and to HighBrow.
So when we opened October to December, we were the new guys in town, approachable food, really busy every night of the week. We were busy. Weekends were slammed. This room was like a sardine can. So really good start. January and February in Northampton are typically a little bit slower. So we felt a little bit of a drop in sales. Then we won Best of the Valley's Best New Restaurant, and they announced that on March 15th, I want to say, and then March 17th we were shut down for dine-in, and we were only able to do takeout for several months.
How long were you shut down inside-wise for?
Inside-wise, I believe it was from March until May. May we were allowed to serve people outside for a month, and then after that month we were able to start bringing people inside.
How did that shutdown, interior dining-wise, affect you, especially after a dry period in a town like Northampton?
Pretty drastic. The bank account dwindled quite a bit. Pretty scary for my first year in business. But sales dropped to about 25% for the beginning of the takeout process, and it's just been really, really inconsistent. Even when we brought people back outside on the patio, it was, some weeks you're hitting 20% of the sales previous year. Some weeks you're hitting 50%, so it's very inconsistent.
How were you making an impact in the community during the initial beginning of the pandemic, and what was the response from the community?
So in the beginning of the pandemic, what we started doing is we were doing frontline worker lunches. So local businesses that weren't really affected financially, insurance companies, waste removal companies, they were donating the cost of goods for lunches for the soldiers' home, the hospitals. So they would donate that money. I would take that money, buy the product, and I'd donate my time and my staff to create lunches and deliver lunches.
How was your staff affected by your restaurant in the pandemic?
Unfortunately, I'm down to a really limited amount of staff. I with the sales being there and the labor and cost of goods are the two make or breaks in the restaurant business. So unfortunately, I had to lay off probably 60 to 70% of my staff to stay afloat, not be leaking out money and going out of business.
How has this affected you emotionally? You started a restaurant that's been in business for a year, in more than 3/4 of that, you're faced with one of the worst things that could ever happen to a restaurant, which forced a lot of people, neighbors and friends to close.
I was an emotional mess, I was petrified of catching the virus in the beginning, and then I was also nervous about going out of business. And obviously that's still a very, very real thing right now. I'm one of 3 restaurants of creative American restaurants that's left open in a town where we used to have over 150 restaurants. So I'm one of 3 that's serving people inside, and people are still sitting on the patio. But I'm seeing businesses shut down for the winter, which is obviously a scary thing. Who knows who comes back from closing down for 4 months with no income coming in and still paying rent and things like that. So it's a scary reality that who knows? Who knows what could happen. The first round of the PPP helped us not go out of business, thank God. But it's a really scary reality. And being the first restaurant I've opened, being a chef from age 18, it was my dream, and it's very weird now. I'm the type of person that my guests come in and I treat my guests like family, and they hug my regulars, and it's one of those weird things now. It's elbow bumps are the best you get, and it's not as fun as it was.
In order to safely operate, was there a big expense?
Oh yeah, plexiglass. I think it tripled or quadrupled in price when the pandemic hit, and then to safely seat people and have them feel safe, you gotta buy plexiglass dividers, and unfortunately I had to buy 3 giant ones, and then in between every booth, and thousands of dollars in plexiglass when we're not bringing in the regular money we're used to bringing in. It's tough, and then at the end of it, what do you do with all that thousands of dollars just down the drain?
What is it that you could benefit most from right now?
Just a safety of mind, just knowing I'm not going to be the next one shutting my doors for 4 months and possibly forever. Pretty much it.
Why do you want to continue with the restaurant? Like, why?
This is what I know. Like I said, I've been an executive chef since I was 18. I went to a vocational school in Northampton for culinary arts, so I've been cooking since I was 15 years old. I mean, I have vegetables tattooed on my hands and chef knives, and this is what I do. This is what I love. I love cooking. I love seeing people's faces the second they take that first bite, and it's what I know. Jeff, thanks for taking your time out of your busy schedule to help me with this video. And Dave, thank you so much for what you're doing for all the restaurants and bars in the communities. Without you, a lot of people would be forced to do who knows what. A little bit goes a long way, it would help us get through a pretty serious time, and we appreciate you. Thank you.